Eva. Eva. Jumping up, I placed my hand over my heart. Rubbing at my eyes, Blaze was kneeling at the side of the bed. Blaze, what time is it? I yawned. I need your help, sweetheart, he said, getting to his feet. Sliding off the bed, I realized I was no longer in just a towel but a t-shirt and a pair of boxers. Did he dress me? Feeling the blush take over my face, I took a deep breath before following him out. You have to find a way to stop the bleeding. FXCK. What the hell was going on? Making my way into the living room, I stopped when 3 pairs of eyes landed on me. Well, this wasn't awkward. All men were dressed in full leather, and I knew they all belonged to the MC. Who the FXCK is that? You never bring your Wexers home. Damn. Well, this wasn't embarrassing at all. All boys had commented apart from the one that was covered in blood. Was he even conscious? Blaze, what's going on? I asked, taking a few more steps into the living room. He's been shot. Blaze sighed, running a hand through his hair. Stop telling your horse shit. She doesn't need to know. That was it. How many times had I been called a whore since I got here? I was too tired for this. Glaring at him, I placed my hands on my hips. I'm not a whore, and I don't appreciate you calling me one. Yawning, I moved closer to the guy that was bleeding. Looks like he's been shot in the chest. I mumbled more to myself. Bitch, who do you think you're talking to? He growled, stomping his way over to me, only to be stopped by Blaze, pushing him to the other side of the room. Don't go there, he snapped, looking straight at me. Not unless you want a bullet put in your head by Press. Blaze growled, coming to stand by my side. Oh, so she's not your whore, but she's Franko's. Why the fuck is she here? He growled. Who in God's name was this guy? Scrunching my nose up, I glared at him in disgust. Franko's my dad, you idiot. Now shut up and make yourself useful. Watching the color drain from his face was fun, but if the poor bastard on the couch kept bleeding, I wasn't sure if he would pull through. No fucking way. What's his name, Blaze? I asked, quickly checking his pulse. Yeah, he was still breathing. Tommy. Blaze grunted, causing me to look at him. Why was he glaring? Pulling his t-shirt up, I sighed with relief. Go get me a towel, please. It was a flesh wound. Nothing too serious. Tommy here was just a bleeder. I need some antiseptic and some thread. Is he all right? The idiot from before asked. He's fine, it's just a flesh wound. Nothing too serious. Once I clean the wound and stitch him up, he'll be as good as new. Might take a while for him to wake up though. Thanks, darlin'. Tommy grinned at me from where he lay. I could remember him from all those years ago. Don't get shot again, I teased. The guys were actually all right. Jared had apologized for calling me a whore, but I think he was afraid that I told my dad. Tank and Cruz were the quiet two that didn't really say much. How do you know what to do? Jared asked as he took a drink of his beer. Ava's a doctor, boys. She could be a real asset to the club. Blaze barked, taking a long draw of his cigarette. No. I glared at him. I wasn't playing doctor every time one of these idiots got hurt. Oh, that's right, you don't want anyone to find out. He smirked. Why was he being like this? I had just helped one of his brothers and he was acting like a complete asshole. Fuck you, I muttered, getting up from the chair and heading back to his bedroom. I needed to get changed and be on my way. It was nearing 5 a.m., and if I left now, hopefully it wouldn't take as long for me to get home. Slamming the bedroom door shut, I grabbed my clothes from the bottom of the bed. Stripping out of Blaze's clothes, I put my own on. Just as I was slipping on my shoes, there was a knock at the door before Blaze walked in. What? I asked, not really in the mood to take on his smartass mouth. Where you going? Home. It's nearly light, you don't have to babysit me anymore, I said, sliding on my jacket. Darlin', I dash. Don't darling me, I hissed. Just take me to my damn car so I can get thee out of this hellhole. No. He glared, grabbing me by the arms and pulling me towards him. You can't drive home until I say you can. Let me go, I said through gritted teeth. You don't own me. You hardly know me, so please get your hands off me. He was something else. His hot and cold attitude was confusing the hell out of me. I shouldn't even be here, and now he won't let me leave. You think you're something special 'cause you're a doctor. You're nothing but a biker slut that's returned home. Thinking no one can hurt you 'cause of who your dad is. Sweetheart, your dad cares about no one but his club. I felt the sting before I had realized what I had done. My breathing was harder and my hands were shaking. You stay away from me. I croaked, feeling my emotions take over. Was he telling the truth? Did my dad only care about the MC? I don't think I'm something special. I know where I came from. Storming past him, I grabbed my bag and all but ran out of there. He could go fuck himself. Who did he think he was? How could he judge me when he didn't even know me? I didn't stop running until I was bent over the side of the road, spewing my guts up. Wiping the side of my mouth, I took a deep breath and looked around. One thing was for sure, I had no sense of direction, and now I was officially screwed. Taking out my phone, I hit my mom's number, putting it on speaker so I could look at a map to see if it would tell me where I was. Eva, baby, why haven't you been answering my calls? Where are you? I've been worried sick. She all but cried. Calm down, Mom. I sighed, running a hand through my hair. I'm okay, I do dash. Tell her to get her skinny ass home. A voice I knew all too well roared in the background. Mom, where are you? I asked, already knowing the answer. She was here. She was with him. After hearing a few curse words, he came onto the phone. Get your ass here now, your mom's home where she belongs. Don't make me come looking for you. And then nothing. He had hung up. What the hell? Why was my mom here? More importantly, my mom and dad were in the same room, and neither of them had tried to kill each other yet. This was fucked up. My mom hated my dad, and I'm pretty sure he hated her. Hearing the sounds of motorbikes, my stomach dropped. He was going to make me get on the back of his bike. Knowing my father, he would already have filled Blaze in on what he wanted. I wanted nothing more than to get in my car and drive home, with or without my mom. Watching the motorbikes go by, one pulled into the side of the road right where I was. He didn't have to say anything. The look he was giving me was enough. Taking the helmet he was offering, I put it on and climbed on behind him. Pulling up to the clubhouse, I noticed some of the guys were lurking outside. Once we had came to a stop, I got off, shoving the helmet to Blaze. I didn't want to be near him, not after what he said. Shoving my hands in my pockets, I ignored the stares and marched right through the door. My mom was stood at the bar, a cup in hand, and wearing a pair of pajama bottoms. She was talking to a couple of other ladies. Once she saw me, the ladies were forgotten about as she ran to me, wrapping her arms around me and pulling me into a hug. What came next surprised me. She slapped me hard. My hand automatically went to my cheek as I glared at her. She had never hit me, not even as a child. I was a grown-ass woman, and she had just slapped the shit out of me in front of everyone. Don't you ever do that again, you hear me? You had me worried sick, Eva. She yelled, crossing her arms over her chest, giving me the look. The look that said, argue with me and you'll get it even harder. I wasn't going to argue with her. Like I said before, my mom was a scary-ass woman, and I knew not to get on the wrong side of her but to hit me. She had never lifted her hand to me. Our relationship was never violent. Eva Mendez, did you hear me? She scolded. Was more embarrassed than anything. She was scolding me like a child in front of everyone, and when I say everyone, I mean everyone. To these people it was still the middle of the night, still party time. Gritting my teeth so I wouldn't say anything I'd regret, I decided to turn on her and walk out. I didn't need to listen to her. Yes, she's my mom, but that right there wasn't my mom. She would never do that, never has done that. Once outside, I held onto the fence to catch my breath. I didn't know whether to cry or be angry. Standing under the light, I pulled of my phone so I could check my face. She got me good. It was still red with the imprint of my mom's hand still visible. I was definitely going to have a bruise. She got you good. Not bothering to look at him, I decided to open an app on my phone and look for a job. I didn't want to listen to whatever he had to say. Come inside, Eva. There's a lot of people wanting to meet you. They want to meet their president's daughter. Oh, so now I was wanted. Was he for real? I didn't want to be here. Never mind, go in and meet people I probably won't see again. Still, I ignored him, pretending to be more interested in my phone. Eva. He snapped. What? I snapped back, turning so I could look at him. Get inside now. How about you leave me alone? You don't want me here and I don't want to be here. So how about we just forget I was here and go back to us not having a relationship? How about that, old man? I sneered, watching him glare at me. I had no idea where all the courage came from for me to say that to him, but everything that had happened in the last 2 days had messed with my head. I had changed. Before I wouldn't have said boo to a mouse. Now I was finally standing on my own 2 feet. Standing up for myself like I should have done a long time ago. Fine, do what the fuck you want. He snapped, going back inside and slamming the door behind him. You alright, darlin'? Could this day get any worse? Heck, it wasn't even 7 a.m. yet. Someone up there had it in for me now, I was certain of it. Why couldn't he take the hint and leave me alone? Smoke, he offered before lighting up his own. Declining his offer, I sat with my head in my hands. I still couldn't wrap my head around my mom being here or what she did. I had to get out of here. I didn't want to be here. It was the dumbest mistake I have ever made. Standing, I wiped my hands on my jeans. Right now I couldn't go anywhere. I had no car and I had no idea where it was. Eva, look about earlier. He started to say, but I cut him off. Forget it. I really don't care. In a couple of hours I'll be gone and you won't ever see me again. I don't care what you think of me, whether it's a stuck-up bitch or a biker whore. I couldn't give 2 shits, so save your breath. I muttered just as my mom walked outside. Great, just what I needed. Eva, baby, what's going on? She asked, looking over at Blaze before looking back at me. Nothing, I said, looking off into the distance. Give us a minute. She asked Blaze, and before I know what was happening, she was kneeling in front of me, her hands on my knees. Been a long 2 days for you, huh? Yes, and now I'm ready to go home. I don't want to be here anymore. The quicker we can go home, the better. I should have listened to you. I was so stupid. Eva, honey, your dad, he wants to get to know you better. She whispered, causing my head to snap up. Tell me you didn't. I snapped, pushing her hands away from me and standing up. Tell me you fucking didn't. Watch your mouth, young lady. Watch my mouth. I'm 23 years old. I can swear if I want. You, on the other hand, you hate him with a passion, but one day back here and you're back in his bed. I love him, she roared. I didn't want to leave him all those years ago, but I had to. I had to get you out. I didn't want that life for you, Eva, she yelled, tears falling from her eyes. I can't listen to this, I yelled, jumping off the small step and walking off. You kept me away from him for 16 years, all because you didn't want me to be a part of this life. Well, guess what, Mom? I'll always be a part of this life, as long as he's my dad. What's all the fucking shouting about? Eva, baby, please don't walk off, she sobbed. Stopping by the gates, I looked to see my mom cradled in my dad's arms, sobbing her heart out. My teeth were clenched hard. My mom had completely changed. This wasn't her, this was him. Once outside the gates where no one could see me, I let out a scream. I didn't want it to be this way, but I got so riled up I couldn't stop. Our relationship was always good, but her being back here had changed her. How about you head back inside? Your mom's upset, Eva. He seemed to be everywhere. Go away, I hissed. You made it very clear on what you think of me, so why are you out here trying to stick your nose in where it doesn't belong? You'll realize when you don't fucking have a mom. He growled, walking off into the darkness, making me feel even more shitty about myself. Things only seemed to be getting worse for me. This wasn't how I planned it to go. My mom wasn't supposed to be here. Straight from my shoulders, I breathed deeply before heading back inside. I didn't want to apologize to my mom because I didn't think I was in the wrong, but I knew I had to. Making eye contact with my dad, he gave me a small grin before signaling that I come to him. My mom's head snapped up and she was off my dad's lap quicker than lightning. Wrapping her arms around me, she quietly sobbed, I'm sorry, baby, I should never have hit you. I should never have done or said any of that to you. We'll go home in a couple of hours. Whatever you want, hon, I can't lose you. You haven't lost me, Mom, you never will, I whispered, hugging her tighter. Please download Novels Ago and search the code in the upper left corner to continue reading.